Ms. Bullock?
Left
Yes.
field softball.
Yes.
Go ahead and get we're live. So you might want to keep it.
We are live, guys.
Duly noted.
We're gonna wait just a minute or two till Lindsay gets here and Mr. Silver is on his way. He should be here in a few minutes. This sheet does not have all of the.
Ms. Bullock?
Look at it. So Lindsay has actually done that update. Is that the only one? 4,400?
From memory. I think
It
that-
should be the only one that's
I think
missing
that's
from
the
there.
only one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yes, sir, Mr. Sharp.
You were going in and out for a moment there.
I'm sorry, I was talking to Chris,
Tell him I muted. I just muted it.
but we've been muted anyway, so we're okay.
So when you muted, does the sound go out so we can't hear you?
I was talking to Chris,
It's on purpose.
so Jermaine muted us
On purpose. Oh,
on purpose, deliberately.
okay.
As soon as Lindsay gets on.
Speaking of,
Speaking of Lindsay, she's walking in right now. Hello, Lindsay.
Hey, Ms. Bullock, how are you?
I'm good.
Sorry, I'm running a couple
Welcome.
minutes late.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, good, good.
Ready when y'all are.
I would like to call the policy committee to order and welcome to everybody for your presence. And our meeting should not be very long. We've had the meeting minutes. Are there any corrections or additions to those minutes? If not, then I will declare the minutes approved as, received as presented. The policies that we are to talk about today, the first policy updates with substantive changes. And for an explanation, I'll turn it over to Chris.
Hey, good evening. The first policy that we have to take a look at tonight is use of student transportation services, policy 6320. And we have Mr. Litke online to go through those changes for us.
Good afternoon. Hope everybody's doing well. The change for 6320 is under section A, number 4, and it removed the words "as needed" and it was referring to the students needing safety instructions on activity or commercial buses. And that is the only change in that policy. It just means that before any students go out on activity trips or commercial motor coaches, they'll be reminded of the safety instructions on the bus, because some of those kids don't always ride a yellow bus. So we always remind them on activity buses. And then there's a change to some legal references at the bottom of this policy as well. Any questions?
Are there questions about policy 6320?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, then let's move to policy 8310.
Okay, so policy 8310, annual independent audit is the second substantive change that we have. And we have Ms. Jarrett here to talk through the changes to that policy.
Good evening. The first change is a legal reference to this policy, 8310. The second change is specific to the state requirement, which will be in compliance because the audit is not completed. It will be completed this week. They had to come in to audit the coronavirus funding that we received. So they just finish that on Thursday of last week, and they will be creating or revising the documents so that they can file with LGC, the state governing body, hopefully sometime latter part of next week. So they will be presenting to us next month the financial statement. So this is to make sure to add this language to the policy, and we still will be in compliance.
Okay. Are there questions? All right. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Then the next set of policies all have minor changes. Chris?
Yes, so the online learning or online instruction policy 3102. So the School Board Association did have some minor changes, but our academics and accountability department actually made a few additional changes. So I'm going to ask Ms. Nancy Smith to come forward and talk us through those.
Good afternoon. As noted on the slide, the changes that we've made are minor. We've struck out the word extended to just leave that as an educational option. In the second paragraph, we struck out the words North Carolina virtual public school courses because we offer those and other online courses. In the third paragraph, we added with assistance from the school counselor, principal, and executive director. We struck out e-learning advisor because we don't have those. And we've replaced the word guidance counselor with school counselor. Those are the recommendations from the Academic Services and Accountability Department.
Are there questions for Ms. Dancy Smith? All right. Next policy, 3470/4305.
Okay, and this policy is alternative learning programs in schools. And the change in this policy was only to the legal references at the very end of the policy. It's quite a lengthy policy, but
Are there questions?
there you go.
Next policy, 6305.
Okay, and this one is safety and student transportation services. And we do have Mr. Litke here to talk us through those adjustments as well. And this is, before he actually gets started, this is one of those policies that did have temporary COVID-19 changes to it, which are still in effect for transportation. So that's why that temporary change is still remaining in this policy. Go ahead,
So-
Mr. Litke.
So the changes to the 6305 are changes to the legal references. I think they're all at the end of this document. And those are the only changes to this policy.
Are there questions? Next policy is 6315.
Okay.
And I think all of these actually had changes just to the legal references, if I remember correctly.
Correct. Yes.
And that would include 6315, 6321, and 6450.
That is correct.
The only changes with those were to the legal references. Do we have any questions at all about any of those? And then the other policy would be 4400. And I don't have my note on that, but
So this
was
is,
that in, that's in the next group?
yes, it
That's
is
in the next one,
group.
okay.
So this was not in the fall update from the School Board Association. However, they did note and ask us to take a look at this policy. So policy 4400 is the attendance policy, which we pretty extensively revised in our couple months ago, I think. And I'm going to let Lindsay talk through those because she's worked on the language in this policy.
Yeah, good. So this is one where I think that there is some language. If you look to the section H of the policy, which says special circumstances, section H2, there is some language regarding students who are experiencing homelessness. And my understanding, Chris and I've had some talks about this and about some of the School Board Association's comments, was that this is some local language that had been inserted a while ago, I believe, or has been part of the policy for a while. And so the School Boards Association just wanted us to take a look at it, or had advised that we take a look at it to make sure that it was consistent with McKinney-Vento. The edits that you see there are really simply to kind of fill out the supports that will be provided for students who are experiencing homelessness, just to ensure that does not impede the students' ability to attend school and to provide that, if students are experiencing excessive or chronic absences, that the administration, the homelessness liaison will reach out to make sure that those students are receiving those supports that they need.
Other questions? All righty. Well, those are the questions that we have or to discuss today. Is there a motion that we recommend to the full board that we approve these policies as presented? Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Silver and seconded by Mr. Dunton that we recommend to the full board that we approve these policies as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none.
Well, none of them need to be pushed forward. I mean, that allow for the normal.
For
rest.
30 days?
Yeah.
Well, these would lay on the table for 30 days. These are the first presentation.
Yeah, I didn't see any reason not to do that.
Okay, thank you. I will call roll. We will have a roll vote. Mr. Silver,
Yes.
Mr. Dutton,
Yes.
Ms. Bullock,
Yes.
and I'm a yes. That's all we have for today.
It is.
Very short meeting.
We have gotten the fall update. Those were spring updates. I'm sorry, but we have gotten, I don't even know we've gotten another
I know.
update from the School Board Association.
They do tend to get confusing
it can.
sometimes.
2 large sets. So we will be unpacking those a little at a time and bringing them to you. But this is the last of the group that we had just gone through. So
Okay. Did I carry that motion? I think I did.
oh, I'm sorry. I don't.
Yeah. Did I carry the motion out? I started talking and I forgot. I'm sorry, just in case to make it legal.
Rita says
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Thank you so very much for your time. My mind just completely left me there for a second. If there's nothing else to claim our attention, I will declare the meeting adjourned and thank you for your attendance.